project consisted of installing roughly 130,000-pound piece of window washing equipment on the roof of a 62-story high-rise downtown Seattle.
The space on top of the building to do the work was a small roof area, approximately 20 by 60 feet. We ultimately selected Andersen Construction as the contractor based on their experience, history, professionalism, and they more than met our very specific bidder qualifications.
The biggest challenge was finding out what method would impose the least amount of forces on the building with maintaining integrity of the structure after we were all said and done, and not collapsing the roof or collapsing any other equipment being assembled on the roof.
We had talked to one of the air crane companies about using a helicopter. It seemed like the most appropriate thing to do. The other two options, of course, were a derrick crane and a tower crane.
We started looking more at derrick, and the only derrick that would meet the requirements that we had was a Liebherr style 30-ton derrick crane.
The pieces could be brought up through the elevator and taken up onto the roof by hand in a winch and assembled, and the derrick crane could lean out and grab the weight.
Once we figured out the hoisting logistics, our next biggest challenge was planning the sequence of assembly of all these components on a very small space on the roof. We incorporated 3D modeling, or BIM, to implement the right sequence of assembly and overcome the tight tolerances. Remember, this was a complex piece of equipment manufactured halfway around the world in Germany. True test came when we picked the 9.5-ton base unit, and it fell into place with less than 1/4 of an inch to spare. We knew at that point our homework paid off.
It didn't take long to discover that we were working with a very qualified general contractor with experienced team members, project managers and superintendents that brought a lot to the table and made my job much easier.
You know, Andersen as a company, no, I just really, you know, when Michael and I say professionalism, we really mean that in all senses of the word, not just that they obeyed their contract, but really a deeper level of we want it done right and on time and on budget, and be well thought of by the neighborhood, so to speak, in which case the tenants of the building is the neighborhood, not just the one person you work for at the owner's end.